Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Following a critically acclaimed, sold-out run off-Broadway, the new musical Dear Evan Hansen has come to Broadway. And we're here on opening night to celebrate with the company, including Broadway's newest breakout star, Ben Platt.
I feel like tingling, like I just feel like on cloud nine. This is all of my dreams all coming true at the same time in a beautiful way that I could have never imagined. And so I'm just trying to really understand that and not let it pass me by. It's incredible.
This has been some journey you've been on. You've been on Broadway before, but to have this, to have like the perfect melding of talent and a role, I mean, what that all means to you.
It's unbelievable. To me, what's unbelievable is that like every level of it is what I could have written down in my diary as a kid. Like Michael Gray, I love Next Normal and Rent, and I worship him. And Pascal and Paul have always been my favorite composers. I sang their songs in high school for recitals. Like I was obsessed with them. And to be in a musical that's completely from scratch and original and not based on anything is like another layer. So like to get to create a character in the midst of all those people I'll never have an experience like that again. It's incredible.
Broadway, I mean, what is tonight like for you two? Tell me.
Tonight started with an amazing experience. We've been talking about this all night, which was that this is the first time that we've sat and watched the show, not looking to see what should we change, what needs to get worked on, what needs to get tweaked. We just got to sort of sit and watch it and honestly for me it was all about the actors and the orchestra, that we get to sit and experience what they're doing tonight. And it was overwhelming. I don't think we've ever really given ourselves permission, for obvious reasons, to just sit and enjoy that. So tonight, that's what it was all about. It was like I wasn't thinking about what we wrote or what we should have written or any of that. It was just like I'm watching these performances, I'm watching the orchestra, listening to the orchestra, and it was it blew. I mean, I was just overwhelmed in my seat by what the beautiful work that they are doing on the stage.
And then the same experience.
Yeah, well, we've been saying this a lot, but there's this old saying that musicals are never finished; they're just abandoned. At a certain point, you have to put your pencils down, you have to stop working.
And the abandonment was today.
Yeah, so this was the first time that we got to just, celebrate all of the brilliant collaborators that we've gotten the chance to work with and gotten to really pay attention to their beautiful work without trying to say, okay, what can we adjust? There are no more opportunities to do so, and we got to really just celebrate that tonight.
How do you feel tonight?
I feel fantastic that Dear Evan Hansen is on Broadway, and I feel fantastic that so many people get to see this remarkable story. They get to see the work of these amazing writers, this amazing cast, this great design team, and really that they get to be in the presence of a smart, moving, complicated, mature, original musical.
What attracted you early on?
I loved this story right away. And as soon as I met Benj and Justin and Stephen and recognized the seriousness in which they were going after this and in which the ways they were really investigating different ways in which they could tell this story, I knew I was with a great, great, great writing team. And I immediately thought that the complications of this story, the ability to be so moved and yet to be so tricked at the same time would make for a very, very unique theatrical experience.
Congratulations. It is opening night. How do you feel tonight?
I feel very good. Thank you. Yes, I feel great. Yeah.
What's it been like taking this journey with Dear Evan Hansen?
Surprisingly, it hasn't been that long. I feel like in comparison to other shows, we've been very fortunate and lucky. But it's been a wonderful one because the entire process has been nothing but creative and building layers and just creating people who are honest, I think, on stage, with real problems and people who are relatable. And you can take them for the good and the bad, So it's been wonderful.
And working with this cast.
It's really an honor. It's one of the best, probably the best cast I'll ever get the opportunity to work with, I think, as far as being not only extremely talented, but extremely lovely and stand-up comedians as well. So,
congratulations, you look stunning.
Thank you so much.
It's opening night. How do you feel?
Amazing, really amazing. This is, for lack of a better phrase, a dream come true.
What has this whole journey been like for you with Dear Evan Hansen?
It just started out so small with just a reading, and then it turned into a job offer for a workshop, and then a regional production in DC, and then, we all had kind of hopes that it would go further because we all really believed in this project and believed in this material and this story and the message, and then we got lucky enough that Second Stage wanted to do it, and then now we're here, which is just so surreal and cool.
And working with this cast.
Yeah, the most incredible cast ever. It's insane. Yeah.
Singing the score of Benj and Justin, I mean, what is that like?
I mean, it's amazing. They write such incredible music, and they really know how to write for actors, and they make it so easy to, embody the message of the song that you're trying to communicate. They make it easy. Yeah.
It is opening night. You look gorgeous. How do you feel tonight?
I feel fantastic. I'm so excited. This is a beautiful night.
Is this all surreal? I mean, look at this. I mean, there's thousands of people clamoring.
It feels right. It feels we've been working for this for so long, and we've been feeling this love building, and it just feels like a perfect expression of everything we've been living for.
Take me back to the beginning. The first time you did this in front of a live audience, it was so electrifying. I mean, just the audience's reaction to this show. Tell me.
Well, even the first readings were like that. Our reaction to the piece, and yeah, it's everyone sees themselves in this beautiful show. Everyone sees themselves and recognizes other people.
I was there yesterday at the matinee, and there was a grandmother in front of me and her young granddaughter. And the grandmother had already seen the show at second stage, and she says, I was so happy to bring my granddaughter. I mean, it just the different ages that fall in love with this show.
We're seeing that so much, and I feel like that's so special, especially for a really current, really topical new musical to appeal to all generations. That's amazing.
So excited that we made it this far. It was our dream from the day we read the play on a table.
Isn't that wild? I mean, everybody thought Arena Stage was wonderful. Then second stage. Now you're on Broadway.
One could only hope for that. You never, in this business, you can't expect anything. So just to watch our dreams come true has been phenomenal.
What a beautiful role you get to play. What's it like working with Stephen and Benj and Justin and Michael Greif?
Unbelievable. I've worked with Michael Greif briefly before and desperately been wanting to work with him again. And when he said, would you come do this reading for me? I was like, yeah, I do whatever you ask me to do. And the writers are extraordinary. The script is so complex. Benj and Justin make the most incredible, thoughtful, emotionally provoking music, and still moving the plot along the way that musicals are supposed to, and still memorable with a nice lick that everybody can walk away with. That's extraordinary.
I feel incredible. I feel kind of like I'm in a dream, and I feel incredibly grateful to be here and incredibly humbled by the response, and just getting to see all of these incredible people in this room. It just feels like, yeah, I feel a little bit like I'm dancing on air, so it's great.
What has the collaboration been like for you, working with Benj and Justin and, of course, Michael Greif?
Well, Benj and Justin are really a dream come true for any book writer. I mean, their music is always responding to the story and responding to the characters, and they write in the voices of these people so well. So that collaboration has been incredible. And of course, Michael Greif, nobody knows how to draw out emotional truth the way that he does, both from performers and from writers. So he's always been dogged in pushing us to go further and deeper, and so it's been an incredible experience all around.
It's opening night, Broadway debut. How do you feel?
I'm feeling amazing. I'm at a loss for words in terms of it's I've dreamt of this my whole life, and now I'm here. And
what was today like for you? Did you sleep last night?
I did not sleep well. I was tossing and turning because I had a lot of errands to run. I had to buy. I'm wearing new underwear. I've got a new undershirt on. I had to get tissue paper to put the gifts in. I was really sweating that this morning.
There's a lot to do on opening day, especially your debut.
Yeah. And I had a wonderful morning. I have a great girlfriend who took care of me this whole morning, and kept me on track. Fabulous. And then I got to the theater about 3:00 for our 6:30 show and packed up some gifts and really had a wonderful time. It's like Christmas on crack, we were saying.
Christmas crack on Broadway.
Christmas crack on Broadway.
Ben Platt pulling that together every single night and showing us more and more of himself is incredible. And the fact that you've got Laura Dreyfus and Jennifer Laura Thompson, Rachel Bay Jones, Crystalline Lloyd. Crystalline Lloyd, I've never worked with her before. She was new to the show, and she's a blast and a half. So, and she pulls everything off. She can pull everything off. And Will Rowland, if you didn't know this, is actually Jared Kleinman. That's his alter ego.
They're making their Broadway debuts.
They are making their Broadway. So I'm kind of living this entire experience through these younger guys like Mike Feist and Crystalline and Will and Laura Dreyfus and Ben, of course. Watching him, what you see is real on stage. So that's one of my favorite questions at Stage Door. Are you guys really crying up there?
Yes, and then some. Okay, not only is it an opening night, it is your Broadway debut. How does it feel?
I'm so excited. It's so much energy in this room. The show was amazing. I had a great time. Am I looking at you or the camera?
Look at me.
I want to look at you. It's great. I feel amazing. Today felt like I was on Broadway.
What was today like for you? Did you sleep last night? I asked Will the same question.
I got up at 7:30 this morning and made 120 brownies for my opening night gifts, and then I went to a brunch, and then I shopped, and then I went to the theater and was like, half hour. It goes by so fast. The day just escapes.
They're surreal nights because you think they're going to go on forever, and all of a sudden you're at the theater, you've started the show, and then you're on stage at the end.
It's amazing. The show went so quickly. I kept changing costumes, and I was like, really? I'm already on the next scene?
It's almost over.
I know.
The creative team of Dear Evan Hansen. Tell me what it's been like working on Dear Evan Hansen.
It's been an exciting journey. It's been wonderful to take the show for the last 2 years and get to see it sort of come together and develop, but also sort of still say the same story and have the same amazing heart.
It's been really a journey to start it at Arena Stage in DC, where we worked on previews for 4 weeks of previews, and then being at Second Stage for another 3 weeks of previews, just developing the show with Stephen and Benj and Justin. What they've created is just absolutely amazing, and I think breaks ground in a new kind of musical theater on Broadway. So it's been really special.
I agree. I mean, it is special. I mean, we all obviously...
All the above, yeah.
We all got really close, but it also feels amazing to be part of a show that really strikes a chord with so many different types of people. I mean, we all love what we do, and we feel lucky to do it, but it feels amazing to be part of a show that so many people have responded so viscerally to. It's great.
I mean, I think it's such a delicate, fragile thing that we believe in. There's also there's a certain terror that comes with it. It's like, we can't break this. Like, it's so good. Don't break it, you know?
I loved the show the minute I heard the songs, the minute I got to work on it, and I knew that there was something special here. And I love working with the cast. I love working with this team. Michael Greif has been amazing.
Thank you.
The whole cast is giving an amazing performance. Ben Platt is singing his face off. It's been great, and I really have loved being a part of the show, and I've just felt a real constant connection to it, so I'm happy to be here.